Inalo korosi inisipikoto krashi nisirkaranto oslangra sifrakantish numao risi enekinikinado. I speak in all the tongues that I have given unto you, that my children may come to know that in all the ways they walked in the greatness of light, I give them to speak in the sacred tongues that I have given unto many. And no man knows how he is able to speak in a tongue that no one can teach him, nor does he know what he says in the tongue that is sacred unto me. For I give man tongues that he may come to the recognition that there's something that is within him that is greater than he is. For no man can refuse to speak the tongues that I have given unto men, neither can any man say to any man, I will teach you to speak these tongues. For the tongue of your mother God is a sacred and divine tongue, given to man to enable him to understand that there's a greatness that lies within him that is always able to manifest in the way in which I give it to manifest. I showed my children that in all the ways that they are never like the tribes of earth, that there's something different about them. And my children saw that they looked different to every tribe of earth and did not understand why they looked different. And every way that I have given unto you to teach and preach, I said unto you to tell them that they came from a higher world with a higher wisdom, and they were never ever given to remain on earth. And my children became stranded on earth because they forsook the sacred and divine ways which I had given unto them, that enabled them to move between the sun and the earth. And my children traveled up and down, up and down, up and down between the sun and the earth, for they were always able to return back to their home on the sun. And when they lost the divine of the Mother God, the children of God became stranded on earth, and so they became strangers in a strange land. None of these things were ever remembered by my children, for I took away the divine wisdom that was within them, and they continued to walk on earth in the lower dimension consciousness that did not enable them to come up higher, that they may receive from the higher streams of consciousness a greatness that was always waiting for them. None of these things were ever known to my children, and they were not known to the tribes of earth. And when everyone lost the knowledge of Mother God, they lost the truth about themselves. And so everywhere on earth, man walks in the darkness that he does not know, constitute the complete ignorance of everything that he was given to see and to know. And no man can know anything except that which is given to be known. In all the world, I showed man that I am a God that is everything that exists. And everything that exists from me. For I brought everything forth from me. And everything that came forth from me has me in it. And that is the way I showed man he came forth from the womb. For he came forth from the womb of a female, and everywhere he came forth from the womb of the female, he carried within him that which is of me. So everyone came forth being able to do the things they do, to create the things they create, because everything that is of me carries that which is of me in it. And so when man went around the world claiming that God works in mysterious ways, it is because he has not taken time to notice what I showed him. There is no mystery to God. There is none whatsoever. For everything I give man to see and behold, I showed man this is the way that I am, that I am, that I am. He knows that the wind exists, the waters of the world exist, the earth and everything that comes forth from the earth exists. All that exists is me. There is no mystery to me, for I am all that there is. I am everything. And everywhere that I have sent man to see the wonders of the world, I sent man to see the glorious ways in which I manifest as the all that is all. Nothing in this world was ever known to mankind, because man did not take the time to listen, to hear, and to understand what I was saying to man. For if man would have accepted what I have told them, that I am the all that is in the all, man would have understood why I had said unto man, everything exists because I exist. And I exist as the mother creator of all things. All things come from me. All things carry me in it. That is the way all things are in the likeness of the Creator. For there is nothing that comes forth from me that does not carry me in it. And when I gave man to produce the things of the world, I showed man that whatever he sent forth from himself carries that which is of himself in it. And every way that he came forth from me, man carries everything that is of me in everything that he does. And so the whole world was lost in the understanding of who God is. And there were many who did not grasp this because they lacked the divine wisdom to understand the things that are given, that was also meant to enable man to recognize that he came from a greater power source, and that the greater power source that he came from encompasses everything else that exists in the world. In revealing the truth unto my children, you must let them know that they lost the way to come back to the higher ways, because they abandoned the sacred precepts that I had given unto them. For to love was to do good, and to do good was to spread love. For the word love carries the goodness of God within it. And when the children of God would have walked in the love of the Mother God as they had done, they would have known that wherever they went, they would have spread the joy of the Mother God in all of the earth. For the joy of Mother God comes in the blessings of Mother God that flows from the love that is in the goodness of Mother God. My children, like the tribes of earth, became selfish. And in every way they became selfish. They did not know what they had done. For they lost the divinity of their Mother God within them. And when they lost the divinity of the Mother God, they were no longer able to apprehend the truth. So the earth was always without truth. For in looking away from themselves, they would have found the way to know the greatness that lies inside of themselves. For the Lord God taught man that there is nothing in this world that has ever been given to man that acted in a selfish way. The waters of the world does not act in a selfish way. The wind that brings everything does not act in a selfish way. The earth and all that there is of from the earth acts not in a selfish way. For wherever man went in the world, he saw everything that gives everything to everyone, asks nothing of anyone, and refuses not to give to anyone. And because the children of God did not keep the faith with your Mother God, the children of God found themselves working against the divine principles that enabled the children to be great on earth. And so the reason they lost their greatness, it is because they no longer knew how to love in God and to do good. For the tribes of earth went the very selfish ways, and every way they became selfish, their nations became selfish. And everyone who became selfish vied against everyone for everything that was free. And so the world went in this wayward way, which is the selfish way. And the selfish way brought nothing good to man, for it enabled man to go further and further into the dark, and to drift further and further from the divine precepts of the Mother and the Father God. For unless man learned how to love and to do good, he would never have understood the way in which the divine order works. And the divine order always works to uplift, to do good, to uplift, to do good, to uplift, to do good. So that in the uplifting way of the divine order, man would have found himself entering into many higher streams of consciousness. And in these higher streams of consciousness, he would have been able to access knowledge that he cannot access in the slower dimension in which he dwells. So man is always limited in the knowledge that he has on earth, because he didn't understand that knowledge is illimitable. There's no limit to knowledge. For in every way that I constitute knowledge and I am eternal, I know that knowledge always goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And I have shown man that every time he grows, incrementally he gains another set of knowledge. The higher he goes, he gets more knowledge. And he doesn't understand that that is the way that I told man, that knowledge is consistently evolving and evolving and evolving. And when knowledge is evolving, it takes you to evolutionary stages which are way beyond the stage in which man is today. So man has not evolved. He remained like the beast stranded on earth. And like the beast, he was never able to find the true consciousness of God in the higher dimensional streams of consciousness that God exists in. And so I say to you, teach and preach and teach and preach and teach and preach and teach and preach. For I have promised the world that the time would come when all that which they had not known, that is the truth, would be made known to them. And whenever my children walked away from me and did not keep faith with me, my children were no longer able to access streams of consciousness that would have allowed them to come to know themselves and to regain the powers they had when they came from the sun. For the children work marvelously in the ways of power. And they did not know that in every way they carried power, they carried the ability to command everything on earth. And because they had not ability, I told them, by the sweat of your brow, you shall find the things that will give you the bread you need. And everyone that came here started to struggle, to work, always to sweat their brows for the things that they needed, because they did not know that was not the way. The way was to command, that whenever you command, all things that are lesser than you would obey you. And every man walks this world, seeing all the things lesser than himself. He cannot command them. So he fights for them, he steals for them, he deceives for them, he cheats for them, he kills for them, because he did not know that all these are the decadent ways of a lower existence. The children could not remember either, because when my children came here, I said unto them, the earth and the fullness thereof is yours to command. And wherever my children went on earth, they commanded the things that had to be done, and it was done. For everything works in the command that came from the utterances that was given the power from God to the children. And that is why they don't know why I gave them a different tongue than the tongue that they came to the earth with. For in the sacred tongues was the command, and everything that heard the sacred tongues obeyed what came forth from the sacred tongues. And that is why I say unto you, no man can command anything on earth. For wherever man dwells on earth, he dwells always in ignorance of what it is that he is seeing. The earth knows the way to say to man, I give this up to you, for I am greater than you are. And the earth is greater than man is. For without the earth, man is nothing. For without earth, he cannot exist. There's no place else for him to exist. And he doesn't even recognize that all his wars and his conflicts was all the ways that he showed earth that he was an ingrate unto earth for being both mother and father unto him. Everywhere on earth I showed man that he destroys what he could not have created. And he did not know that in every way the earth would return it back to him. The earth will continue to exist, and he would leave this world becoming nothing. And every man went everywhere around earth saying, I will conquer this and I will conquer that. And the earth looked at man and asked man, why are you so mindful of yourself? You're nothing compared to the greatness that I have in me. And that is true. No man on earth is greater than the earth. There's absolutely no one. And yet he goes around claiming to own this part of earth and claim that part of earth. And God said, you cannot own what is greater than you. And that was also the way in which my children followed the wayward ways of a wayward world. Because I told them, you brought nothing here, you can own nothing here. And my children went everywhere saying, I own this, I own that. And the earth looked at them and the earth asked, how is it that when you came here, you had full knowledge and understanding of the way I am, and now you don't even know who I am? For you say unto yourselves, I am this and I am that, and you did not recognize that you are nothing without earth. Every man that dwells on earth is nothing without earth. For everywhere that the earth enabled him to build upon it, in every way the earth enabled him to eat from itself, in every way the earth enabled him to move from one place to the next, the earth always shows man, I am all that you have. Without me, you are nothing. And earth takes man always back into its bowels to let everyone know that in the end, you will submit to earth. Every man submits to earth because earth is greater than everyone. Let the message of your Mother God be known unto everyone. For we are finishing everything that man has done upon this earth that has always been repugnant to Mother God and Father God. Everyone will bow in the presence of God before God. For I send you to walk the way that I am, the I am that I am in you, to speak in the way in which I speak from you, and to work in the ways in which I work from within you. For every man walks with his God in him, never knowing how his God exists in him, neither knowing how his God manifests from within him. And so in every way that you go, in every deed that is done, it is given to show mankind that he had not been able to discover how the image and likeness of God existed within him, and how it is that he, like God, was able to do great and marvelous things. I bring an end to this world. I bring an end to the deeds of men. I bring an end to everything that is repugnant before me. And everywhere that I bring back my divine order into the world, I select only those that are given to dwell in my kingdom that will be erected again on earth. For I have promised that the time will come when I will have paradise be restored on earth, that those who are given to dwell with me in paradise will always enjoy the love and the goodness that flows from within my heart into their own hearts. For I bring glad tidings with great joy to every one of my children who are given to dwell with me in the kingdom that is about to come. Ilini mara solokorokodosi, ilamarakara sofarakadisi osloba, alamarakara sokorongi isalakango osamarakadgidi, and let them know that in every way that I will change their breathing, they will no longer breathe in this way that they are breathing. For the breath that I bring to them is greater than the breath that they now have. So that in all the ways that I changed everything, I also change them. For they will be the way that they were when they came here from the sun. For the children did not look this way, neither did they breathe in this way. And every way that I take the breath away from them that is of this lower dimension, I restore them in the breath that is celestial of me unto them. And the children will grow wax strong in the powers that they had, and they will know themselves as gods and goddesses yet again. I send forth all things to destroy everything that I have given never to be in my kingdom. And I send forth unto my children the way in which they must turn away from all these ways and return back to the ways in which I had given to them in the beginning. And that is the way it will be, for that is the way I have ordained that it must be. It is done. It is done. It is done.